Farmers wake every day to silence and the beauty of their surrounds, and they're reminded of why they love farming. For Dave and Bianca, this was always the dream, but drought, fires, unstable markets, and everything else that comes with farming meant, like so many others, they almost lost the dream of waking up to this much-needed reminder each and every day.
When the sky goes dark and you hear the thunder and you're standing up, instead of running for cover, standing up on our own for the things we know.
Farming can be tough, but also so rewarding. Instead of giving up, they started Our Cow, providing ethically grown meat direct from their farm to Aussie families. Now Our Cow supports Aussie farmers across Australia with sustainability, stable prices, and the ultimate dream of being able to continue farming. Today, we're heading on the journey with Dave and Bianca as they go and support some of the farmers that are now part of the Our Cow family.
We visit every farmer that we work with. It's so important for us. Also the scones and the biscuits are a pretty big point.
Farmers just want to keep farming. That's what they're good at. That's what they've been brought up doing. And it's definitely becoming increasingly harder to do.
I want to be able to make a change in this industry and have farmers getting supported and getting paid fairly for their produce, and then connecting the people in the city of where their tuck is coming from, and having that connection with the farmers is pretty massive for us.
As the name suggests, the Our Cow journey started with beef, and today Dave and Bianca are taking us to visit some of their beef farmers.
So what is unique about Bev and Noel and their farm is the fact that they have been farming their whole lives. They've got so much knowledge, and the cattle techniques, their farming practices are old school, true Aussie farmers.
Beverly usually rings me every day to see how we're going, how we're travelling. She talks to me nearly every night, and Noel actually, he's been a cattle buyer for the last 45 years.
So anywhere that Bev and Noel goes, Frankie's always in tow. Frankie's their working dog, and Frankie helps out with all their livestock. It's like a farmhand for them. So when we go and visit them, it is just like a check-in of how everything's going, how they're going. So we have a pretty close relationship with Bev and Noel, which is great.
Farming is in the blood, and our next farmer, Snowy, has been farming his whole life.
Snow's been farming for longer than me and you have been alive.
Snowy runs a beautiful herd of Black Angus cows. Snow only grows the best grass for his cattle to run on, and he loves nothing more than seeing his cattle in lush green paddocks. Whenever we go to Snow's farm, he is always up for a yarn. He loves showing us around the paddock. He loves showing us around the cows. Like, I try and take a photo of Snow with the cows, and he's like, "What do you bloody want a photo of me for? Look at my cattle." And I'm like, "I love your cattle, Snow, but I love you too, you know, I want to get a photo of you as well." So he doesn't understand that people actually want to see him and the farmer behind these cattle that he's producing. Yeah, he loves it, and I think he's really happy that we can provide some stability to not only him, but the future farmers that are coming up. He loves knowing that there's a future in farming for people that are coming in after him.
Snow is one of the most humble people that I've ever met. He's got so many skills with water divining, and been able to help so many farmers over the last recent drought that we've been through by finding bores and underground wells and water for them to survive. So I'm really proud to be working with Snow, and he's more humble than what the skills and the things that he's achieved in his life.
Daryl is just down the road from Snowy and is new to the Our Cow journey.
So Daryl has not long been with us as a farmer through Our Cow. He's come to us through some of our other farmers. He has been a farmer his whole life, brought up on the farm, lives on the family farm now, and he runs a mixed farming enterprise. So that means he's got cattle, he's also got some pigs, and he runs a cropping enterprise.
Daryl Ellis there, he's got 350 acres or 400 acres there right on the river. Yeah, he's a farmer that's persevered. He's had some wins and he's had some losses over the years, which we all do in the industry, and I think that he's really happy that he's found an avenue now that he can get a consistent price for his livestock, and I know that gives him stability in what he's doing.
Oh, well, if we can sort of get a price that's pretty stable, and everybody's can make $1 out of it, well, it's a lot better than market's fluctuating. I think the concept they're doing is really good because, you know, that's the way of the world. People want to know, you know, where their meat is coming from, and it's a great feeling to be able to supply something that's good quality, you know, and pleasing to the customer.
Our cow beef comes from a range of different areas, but one of the best locations in Oz is the hills just behind Coffs Harbour.
Whenever we make the trip up to Dorrigo to visit Ian and Sarah, it is always a pleasure. I just love looking at the landscape up there and the picturesque views that they have over their property. It's just rolling hills and green grass and fat cattle everywhere. They've also got the dairy on their farm, and I love going down to the dairy and seeing all the dairy cows and drinking the milk that's just fresh off the cows. I love doing that. Really look after their animals, and the quality of beef that they're producing is unbelievable.
In Dorrigo countries, it might seem good because we get a lot of rain, but it's high input country. We run the farm like you'd run probably a dairy farm, where your inputs are high and you're renovating your pastures, and it all adds to the end product. I'm only going to send the right article the best I can do for them, and I think that's pretty good.
Farming is a family affair for Steve and Michelle, an Aussie family building a business for their family's future.
Michelle and Stephen are younger farmers, which is so cool. We love having young farmers as well in our collective of farmers. They have kids. Michelle's running a house and looking after kids and balancing Barbies and dogs and all that sort of stuff, and also running a farm. So she's like super mum. And Steve does a great job out there with the cattle. They also have a shorthorn stud, so they sell their bulls. People are so excited about the genetics that they breed that they actually want to buy their genetics for their farm. So they spend a lot of money and time researching the genetics to put into their cattle so that they're producing the best quality meat product possible.
Yeah, the Shorthorns are one of the oldest breed in Australia. They're one of the oldest breeds in the world. So they started in England and were brought over with the first fleet. But they also retain a lot of intramuscular fat, which is marbling and gives your steaks, when you eat it, the lovely texture and taste that people are after. Meat quality is what we're after. We want someone who has a steak to go, damn, that was a good steak, and where did that steak come from? We sort of got introduced to our cow through Elders Dorrigo, and we found out a little bit about them, like the whole farmer to the plate sort of thing, something that interests us. It's all Aussie, it's good people. You know, it's just the whole concept of doing something that's from family-owned farms right through to your door in one box, one plate. It's a pretty exciting thing, really. Like, I think it's a fantastic job they're doing, and I just hope it expands and keeps going, so more cattle can go through it and more Aussie farmers like us can support it. I think this paddock to plate idea through our cow can really show, you know, the good side of farming.
And giving people prime products, you know, the best of the best, and you don't have to go to a restaurant and you're not having to do that side of it. You can actually stay at home and feed your kids ethically grown beef and eat the best.
It's not just farmers that love what our cow is doing. Stock agents are starting to see the value in offering stable prices to their clients as well.
Look, I came across our cow through a friend of mine. He rang me and said that Dave was looking for cattle and to fulfil a market. I found our cow to be wonderfully easy to work with on both ends of the spectrum. You know, for the consumer on the retail end of the meat product, but also for the farmers back here on the plateau. You know, it gives them a level playing field. They know where they're going from sale to sale. There's no fluctuations. It allows farmers to budget. You know, they know how much money they're going to get for their product. It allows them to spend other money on their farm because they know they've got that budget in line. Some of them want to do the feedlot job. Some want to finish their cattle and give you a good product that's suitable to go on a plate. Well, they're the ones that you push towards our cow. And it's not a push, because once you once you show them the fact sheet of our cow and their pricing system, everyone, I've not had anyone that didn't want to have a go. It's a fledgling company, started off by two young people, also farmers, trying to strive to help other farmers grow their business as well. So it's an Australian product, it's Australian made, produced, transported. Let's keep it all Aussie.
COVID has definitely affected our business in a positive and a negative way. I guess, you know, being online and also a home delivery business, we have experienced some significant growth because of that. But then we have seen a lot of competitors in the meat market as well, and a lot of these bigger export companies that have had their markets being cut off in the food services industry. You know, they have nowhere to go with their products, so they're trying to get in the online space and the home delivery space. But I think that our point of difference is, you know, that it does come straight from the farmer. We're not selling a product that is just from another meat wholesaler or just trying to, it's coming straight from the farmer, and you know that when you're buying through us, it's directly from the source. It's not through changed hands 6 different times and the farmer hasn't been paid unfairly, and the animals that are being processed are looked after in the highest welfare.
There's so many farmers out there that do such good things in our industry, but no one is telling their story. And I think people really want to know now where their food comes from. They want to know about the farmer, and we can tell that story and share that story of that farmer, because there's guys out there that are just doing phenomenal things in our industry and no one knows about it. Our cow's grown exponentially in the last 12 months. We started off in March 2019 and we had a goal of selling 1 body of beef. That was the big plan. We're going to sell 1 body. We had no idea how we were going to do it, who was going to cut it up, how we were going to get there. No idea. So we sold this 1 body of beef, and 1 body ended up turning into 6 bodies. So we ended up 6 times our expectation. So that was already crazy from the start. And then from there, it's just snowballed. It's been a hell of a ride, but it's been so fun. And the amount of customers that have come on board with us and have stuck with us from the start, that still buy from us now because they love what we do. And we've gone from just our farm to nearly 40 farmers who are part of the Our Cow network, which is awesome. So it's grown crazy in the last 12 months.
Last year, Our Cow was able to grow in ways that Dave and Bianca never expected. The demand grew for more than just beef, so they have now looked to farmers with top quality lamb and pork operations.
So Peter Brown, he's definitely a character. I met him at a agricultural field day last year, and we got chatting. I usually get chatting to a few people for a fair while, and I was chatting to Peter for an hour. But he's our #1 lamb farmer. He produces really awesome wilty pole lambs. The taste of them is amazing. Pete is very knowledgeable in any animal husbandry methods. He worked for the Department of Agriculture in New South Wales for nearly 20 years and was pretty prominent in that space. And he's got some of the best working dogs in the country. He's got a line of yellow collies that he trains and works himself every day around his sheep and his lambs. Getting out there and seeing that for me as another farmer is like something to strive to for using working dogs. I really love going out to Pete's and checking out his dogs. It makes my day. He's been able to expand his business significantly. Like, I think he came over towards the coast. He moved in from out west to retire, but he's back. He's got his fingers back in the farming game now pretty substantially. He's very happy with us, and that's also the stability that we provide Pete. You know, and the connection that we have with him as well. You know, he's such a good fella and a good genuine person, and he wants to be able to work with other genuine people, and that's about, you know, there's not too many people out there nowadays that you can take on their word and have a handshake agreement on things, but I know that every single person that we work with, that is the case, and I'm pretty proud of that.
It's a great concept. I just think it's the best concept you can get, because the livestock don't leave here until they're going to be processed. And they're processed quickly and humanely, and everything's all okay in my mind. Not mishandled. You know, they're just looked after, how they should be looked after. Everything seems to be sweet to me. And these guys then get a product that is quite suitable for the job that they want to do with it. We've always had an abundance of meat available to us. What we want good quality, we want something that's got flavour, tenderness, you know, just good quality product. And if we can provide that to the Australian people instead of exporting it, that's where we want to be. We just bought another lot of ewes from Victoria. Most of these ewes here are from Victoria. And after last year's experience with our cow, I just decided that it was probably a good thing to do. I could see that the profile that they were trying to fill was the profile that I wanted to address as well, as far as feeding Australian families. So I upscaled, I bought more sheep. I've got a couple other people now with wildy poles that will probably supply our cow, and hopefully we grow along and succeed in what we're trying to do.
So Vanessa is one of our free-range pork farmers. She has about 650 acres up in the hills behind Casino and Malangani Range. It's comes out of a rainforest and comes into her place, and it's, you know, all red volcanic soil, and you know, the pigs wander around the place, and they've got the whole property to wander over and dig and scratch, and you know, they go where they want. They also munch into a few mangoes. They live under a mango orchard and munch onto a few mangoes that fall out of the tree at that time of year, so they get a pretty good life. And
it's rare to find free-range pigs in Australia. Unfortunately, only 5% of pigs in Australia are free-range, and over 40% of the pork that we consume in Australia is imported. So we fought really hard to bring Vanessa into our operation and to make sure her farming aligns with our values. Vanessa's one of those farmers that I personally look up to, being a strong female figure in our farming industry.
Vanessa is someone that is certainly number one for animal welfare. You know, there's piglets that are a bit cold in winter time or something. She takes them inside and they sit by her under the blanket beside the fire and things like that. And you know, she just wants the best for her animals that she can have. And she's a woman in agriculture that's been, you know, in it for a long time. And you know, she's earned her stripes, and she does works her butt off for what she does. So I'm very proud to be working with her.
Oh, it's just you know what you're going to get. You can budget. When you sell pigs through an abattoir or on consignment to other people, you know, you don't know what you're going to get, and you've got to basically take what they offer you when your pigs are ready. So you know, back when we had a piggery probably 20 years ago, there wasn't hardly any money in it. It wasn't really worth doing it. Now there's a future with free-range pigs doing it this way. You can budget, you know what you're going to get every week, and you can plan for the future. So it's always, that's all I've ever wanted to do, was to be a farmer.
It's great to see our cow supporting so many of our Aussie farmers. But this is just the beginning. So what's next for our cow?
In 5 years' time, I'd like to see our business across the country and be working with farmers, or connecting farmers and consumers right across the country. So not just having it as, you know, this is our own meat and we want to sell it to you guys. I want to be able to support Australian farmers all year round, not just in times of aid or bushfire, and you know, having people feel like that they can donate to farmers and help farmers every day by their food choices, you know. So being able to have Australian families knowing where their tucker is coming from and it's been looked after is something that we're really passionate about. We want it to grow substantially in the next 5 years.
When the sky goes dark and you hear the thunder and you're standing up, instead of running for cover, standing up on our own for the things we know.
So in order for us to connect with more farmers and to help more farmers, we need more customers. We need more people buying our meat, more people supporting our Facebook page and our website and connecting with us, so that the more customers we have, the more meat we can sell, the more farmers we can help. So that is the ultimate goal, is The more customers we have, the more farmers we help.
If you want to support Aussie farmers with your meat choices, it is really, really easy. Jump on your laptop or your mobile phone and Google Our Cow. There's a box with your name on it filled with ethically grown Aussie-made meat that not only tastes amazing, but you'll be supporting farmers like the ones you've seen today.
Hey guys, thanks for buying Our Cow meat and supporting us and Bev and Noel. Cheers.
I'd just like to say thanks to the customers of Our Cow for supporting Aussie farmers. I know they're getting a good quality product.
Well, I hope you enjoy your meat from Our Cow, and I'd like to thank you for supporting our farm.
Hey, I'm Vanessa, and thanks very much for buying my pork.
When you're buying your meat through Our Cow, you're supporting farmers like Snow on the land. So, hey Snow.
Yeah, that's right. I'm as happy as Larry with them. You know, pity they weren't around years ago.
I'm Peter Brown, and thank you for supporting me and my farm by shopping at Our Cow.
Thanks for supporting our farm.
Thanks for supporting our Aussie farmers through Our Cow.
You can be a part of changing the way Aussie families buy meat and helping farmers keep on farming for generations to come. So why not give Our Cow a go for your family today?
Standing up on our own for the things we know. Raise a voice, hear it echo. Raise a voice, hear it echo.